My Clash Royale balance change suggestions. So for Hog Rider, we got a nerf. Obviously, you guys know I've been saying this for years and years and years. To Clash Royale, to nerf Hog Rider. You could scroll through all my videos. I've said countless times, nerf Hog Rider. It's way too strong. It's in literally every deck. Every deck is revolved around Hog Rider. Could be Firecracker, Mega Knight, but like mostly Hog Rider. And for 4 elixir, it's just such a strong win condition that has so much HP. So I definitely recommend to Supercell to nerf the HP of the Hog Rider or just do something about it. They haven't touched Hog Rider since like 2017 and it's ridiculous. Like they just don't understand like how strong of a card Hog Rider is, and I just don't know why they're not doing anything to stop this madness. Literally, I don't know if it's in high ladder, but where I'm at, like mid ladder, 7.9 trophy range, it's just all Hog Riders, and it's like this meta is just the same cards, and I just wish it was like more diverse. So if they nerfed Hog Rider, we could potentially see different types of decks, except for the same deck. Like, you know what I mean? Along with Hog Rider, I've also just been saying for years how Mega Knight needs a nerf or rework because it's just such a weirdly strong, like, it's a strong card and it's just abused in mid-ladder. I think that's the problem. Every deck in mid-ladder has a Mega Knight and it's not hard to defend, but I just think for 7 elixir, it's just like, does so much. It's so versatile. It has so much HP. It could be good on offense and defense. The jump effect is very powerful. It kills Swarm. It does a lot. It splashes, splashes onto tower. So I just think Mega Knight's just a pretty decently strong card. And whenever I say to nerf it, everyone's like, oh, you're just saying that because you can't defend it. No. Mega Knight needs a nerf really badly. 1 out of 2 decks I face has a Mega Knight. Or more than that. It's probably like 70% of decks that I face has a Mega Knight. Or 80% or 90%. So, Supercell, please nerf Mega Knight. Like, you already created one of the worst cards in the game. So, just nerf it. There's, like, no reason to not nerf Mega Knight. Like, just do us all a favor. Next, in the Holy Trinity, we got Mrs. Firecracker. She's just completes the combo of cards, just abused to the max in mid-ladder. Like, every single deck has a Firecracker, and I think for 3 elixir, she could get so much value, like, so much more value than a princess ever could. The only bad thing about her is that she could activate King Tower, but honestly, other than that, she's pretty OP. She doesn't add a log. The Evo version doesn't add arrows, and it's just like, we're going to talk about Evos later, because that's a whole other subject, but Firecracker on her own is just really strong and used in so many decks. She's one of the most annoying cards because she never dies. Like, she just keeps, moving back and like, she just never dies. And the thing I hate about her is that, like, she'll hit your tower from so far away. It's insane. Like, it's just, you could just place a Firecracker, and if they don't have the right spells, it's just, like, guaranteed damage. And, we'll talk about the Evo Firecracker later, because I have some words to say about that as well. But just nerf Firecracker Supercell. It's, like, the usage rates are just over the roof, and that says a lot, to be honest. If everyone's using a card, there must be something good about it, don't you think? So, Little Prince, the newest champion in the game, in my opinion, is very strong. He just came out a few months ago, so I'm not too sure, how I feel. But just from what I've seen over the past couple months. I think he's very strong, because think about it. It's 3 elixir, and you're getting, a ranged troop that does exponential damage, like an Inferno Dragon, but less, obviously. And then a 1 elixir ability, and then you get a huge tank in front, bigger than a knight, and it's like, that's pretty good value for 4 elixir. You're getting 2 troops. That means that on their own they're worth 2 elixir, which just doesn't add up. So I just think the value there is like really good, and it is a decent card. It's basically like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just think it's a good card, but we'll see, I guess. I don't know. So next we have a nerf to all Evo cards. So hear me out, guys. I'm gonna go on a little rant here. So basically, Clash Royale has been going downhill for a while, and I stopped playing because they added a bunch of new things like level 15. And level 15 is a whole other thing we could get into in another video, but they just been very like pay to win, and it's just like really sad to see like how they just want money and stuff, and they don't want like to actually make a good experience for the people. But I think when they added the Evos, like that just like made it like that was like the last straw for me. Like, Clash Royale, you have officially ruined your game with this card evolutions. What is the point? First of all, they're so OP. Like, let's talk about like some of these Evo cards. We have Firecracker, okay? She hits your tower from all the way on the opposite side of the arena. I'm not talking about, she's at the bridge, she's gonna hit your tower. Like, no, she's literally at the princess tower, and she's hitting your princess tower from like, you know what I'm trying to say? And then we got, the Evo skeletons that are insane. 1 elixir can take the whole tower. 1 elixir. 1 elixir card has the potential to take the whole tower, and everyone's like, oh, just use log, just use zap. And it's like, first of all, not everyone runs 2 small spells, and even if someone has a log, what if they don't have it in their hand and they had to use it for something else, like a goblin barrel, and now they don't have it? And 3, it doesn't matter, it's still a negative elixir trade. Log is 2 elixir. It's still a negative trade, so your point doesn't stand. It's always going to be a positive elixir trade, and it's too much. What else? The Royal Giant, he does so much damage. Like, you can't not take damage. Like, you could defend it, you could go E-Barbs, you could go Tombstone, it's still going to hit the tower 1 time. What else is strong? The Evo Mortar is really strong. It sends goblins to your tower. Like, what? And the Knight he doesn't die. He's OP. It's just endless. So, now the problem is, with the Evos, is that it's pay to win. If you're an average player who doesn't spend money on the game, you're not going to be able to have these evolution cards because they don't give it to you easily. It's going to take years, because those shards, you don't get those every day. So you're never going to be able to upgrade an Evo. Now, just recently, on Valentine's Day, they gave everyone a free Evo. Okay, I guess that was nice of them, but it's just not realistic, and it's just a slap in the face to all the players. It's like, okay, if you want to win the game, if you want to have an advantage, you should pay for this bundle and get these Evos. Pay $8 and get these Evos. Like, that's just so sad. It's just so sad. So Clash Royale, very disappointing. Yeah. And then my third problem with the Evos is that each Evo, their special little ability is just like different. It's just they're not original, because each of them does something that another card does. And it's just like, what's the point? You're just, the mechanisms, the mechanics, whatever it's called, it's just recycled. So like a Evo Bomber does basically what a regular Firecracker does. A Mortar does what a Goblin Barrel does. A Valkyrie does what a Tornado does. Do you get what I'm trying to say here? Evo Skellies, basically Graveyard. Evo Bats, I don't know, is like a Heal Spirit. What else? What other Evos are there?